I'm on 10-10 on a Tuesday, and to find a room, pick a room and clean a room every single day of the week. I don't clean their room, I don't tidy their room. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, because this channel is all about Christian womanhood and single motherhood, and listen to everything and that goes along with it and all the things in between. Today's video I'm really excited about because it is one of my loves and one of my passions, and it is all about productivity, prepping and planning. How I plan my week when I do plan. So I want to show you like what I use. I'm not there yet necessarily using anything ultra fancy. I'm definitely of the mindset just starting, know how to use Notion and stuff like that. Used it periodically within my business, but for the most part to keep things simple, to ensure that I can like completely execute everything that I need to, I just use my notes app. Okay, that's all I do. I have a number of notes within the notes app that helped me to do it. I also created a template for myself as well within the notes app, so that when I'm creating my weekly to-do list and weekly schedule and planner, I just can copy and paste from there, just to make things easy and simple. No week necessarily always goes the same. You have to have a level of flexibility that what you have planned on your list for the week could potentially go off track. And so that's one of the things that I've had to really readjust my mindset to when planning, that this is just a guideline. It's just a frame. It's not a guarantee. And so unless I have like fixed appointments for certain things, I try my best not to even put times next to things sometimes as well, because you have to be flexible. If you wake up in the morning and your kid is not well, that might push things over. If you're not well, that's happened to me loads of times, where you've taken the kids to school and you've come back and you're not feeling well now, and so you were meant to put the laundry in the morning, but now you've got to put it in the evening and afternoon and stuff like that. So it's about being flexible. There's been many times where I've actually not done a to-do list, gone with the flow. I know people, like, we hate to use the term go with the flow, but sometimes when it comes to like managing your home, managing your family, managing yourself and your children, like going with the flow has to be there at some point within your mind, as well as being prepared, being organized. The duality of family life can be quite hectic at times to get your mind around, but like I said, having a framework in the background just to help is always good. It helps with meal planning, it helps with laundry, it helps with maintaining your home and cleanliness, and then it also helps yourself. How I tend to plan my week is I set what I'd call a priority. So I'd have 2 or 3. I try not to put too many more items in that section. So what are the priorities for that week? So like for me this week, the priorities are my girls have a parents' evening this week, so that's I'll do that in one day, and so that's a priority. I must remember to attend parents' evening. Second priority is I have a UGC deal that I have to create content for, and there is a timeline. It's a time sensitive content that I have to create, so I have to do that within a particular time frame. And then the next priority for me is really just maintaining the washing. In a house where your kids are wearing things all the time, that kind of thing, you have to kind of have a schedule. I've whittled my washing down to a point now where if I do smaller loads every day, I should be able to get them out, like exchange and do loads every single day if I can manage to keep on top of it. I think I'm better at maintaining the cleaning than I am at doing the washing, and so I've recognised and like identified that I need to maintain that. And the girls are getting to that age now where they're wanting to wear certain things, so I have to stay on top of the colours, that kind of thing, so they have the clothes that they want to wear when they want to wear it. So that's the first thing that the first section that I will have on my weekly to-do list. I mean, what I think I should also say, the way that I plan is weekly. I do plan individual days, what I'm going to do, on each individual day. But when referring back to my to-do list, it's in one big weekly thing. I find that easier as opposed to having like a note for each individual day. I think personally that would just get a little bit overwhelming. I just want to be able to have everything in one place. And so if I need to scroll up, if somebody calls me and somebody asks me about something, or I'm looking for meal prep or whatever I'm doing, everything is in there. So in this complete note from top to bottom, I have my priority, I have the days of the week. Within it, I have the kids' chores, I have meal planning, and I also have cleaning and laundry to-do lists as well in one giant note. I personally find that it just works so much easier for me. The next thing that I do when it comes to planning my week is I give each day a particular task, or I assign something to each particular day. So like Mondays, which is today, technically is my day off. I'm self-employed, and as a business owner, I think it's really important and imperative to assign yourself a day off, a day of rest, a day of relaxation, a maintenance day. That's what I tend to call it, me day, or maintenance Mondays, where I take care of myself and I also take care of the home. So this would be the day where I'd possibly like do my nails. So if I'm gonna do my nails, I have my Monday bath, which is a whole different video, and a level of self-care that takes place on that day. It would be the day that I'd probably chill out the most as well, when the kids are at school, have a nap, watch my TV shows, catch up on certain things. And then also within the home, it will be the day that I'd probably do all of my planning for the week, because I also do grocery shopping on a Monday too, because I find that it works best, and the best products and produce are in the stores on a Monday. I tried Fridays and it didn't work. And Mondays are my me day, maintenance Mondays, or my rest and relaxation days. Tuesdays are content days. I found working for myself, and I tracked it, that Tuesdays are my most optimum days for productivity. That's when my energy and my mental capacity is at its highest. And so when I used to do a lot more graphic design, Tuesdays were my day. I'm not joking. And I don't know whether it was because I used Mondays to really rest and to recover, that Tuesdays, I'm telling you, I was on 100%. Like I'm on 10 on a Tuesday. And so I recognize now that Tuesdays are going to be a great day for me to work, or to produce, or to create content of that kind of thing. So that's what I tend to do on a Tuesday. On a Wednesday, I would probably still do a lot of work. I recognise that my energy levels are probably down to about 85, probably 80% at this time. That's something I have also noticed, is that my energy levels dwindle quite rapidly. So by Friday, don't look for me. Don't count on me. Okay, by Friday, I'm not of any use or nor ornament to anybody by that day. So I recognize that like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are probably going to be the best days for me to be able to really get anything done. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays will be my days to create content, or I call like work days, to get things done if I need to do anything for anybody, business wise, content wise, anything like that. Now Fridays are my prep for the weekend. I think I tend to use it as if I'm going to do any sort of like work or create any content or do anything, I give it a half day. And so start to wind down for the weekend. I recognise as well, and it's something I don't think I've ever phrased it or used this word, but I do recognise I'm actually living with like a chronic condition. I don't like to call it upon myself, which is why I don't think I've ever really described it in that way. But I kind of am, you know, like neuralgia, all the levels of inflammation and that kind of thing. So I try to give myself as much grace. I can't do everything all the time. And so, yeah, by Friday, I start to wind down. Saturday is a day off with the children. Home life has levels of work to it every day, so I'm completely aware of that I will have to wash, I will have to cook, we will have to do certain things to keep the house running over, but I'm not really planning to do much other things in the background as well. And then Sundays is a completely busy day for us at church, but then in the evenings we spend it with family, and then it starts all over again. Another thing that I like to do when it comes to food and dinners in the evenings, I like to do meal planning. And so what I tend to do is ask the children what it is that they'd like to eat for the week. I haven't asked them this week. Ask the girls over the weekend, possibly even on the way to school, like on a Monday. Like I said, I'm trying not to give myself too much pressure, but like what they'd like to eat for the week, so that when I go shopping, I can make sure that I pick that up. Then when I go shopping and I bring the food home, how I plan what and when to cook is based on sell-by dates. Majority of the time I go to Aldi. When I say majority of the time, I mean like 99% of the time. Aldi doesn't necessarily always have the best food retention rates. Their food goes off quite fast, and so you can't always go by the sell-by date, you know what I mean, the expiry date. So I tend to, when I'm picking up food, buy as far in the future as I can, but then cook what goes off soonest, if that makes sense. That then eliminates arguments from the children. There's a lot of food that one daughter doesn't like and the other wants it this day, and I just haven't got the patience for it. So I kind of tend to do it in that way, so that it preserves our health, because we have had food poisoning from chicken before, and then it just makes it easier and takes choice out of the window. Tend to plan for to cook 4 days of the week out of 7, and then we eat at my parents' house on a Sunday. That's one meal. We may have leftovers for another day, and then we'd probably eat out for one of those other days too. Now, when it comes to cleaning, I don't have a large house. I have a terraced, is that what they say? Yeah, like a terraced 2-bed new build property. So I don't have a lot of rooms to clean. It means that it doesn't technically take very long for me to clean my house. However, if you leave it for a long time, which can happen, it just makes cleaning rooms, you know, so much more longer than I really want it to. So my aim for keeping on top of it is to clean something every day. To find a room, pick a room and clean a room every single day of the week. So Mondays are the kitchen, Tuesday is my room, Wednesday are the hallways, Thursday is the kids room, Friday is the living room, and Saturdays are the bathrooms. There are certain rooms in the house that will be cleaned multiple times, like the living room, like the kitchen, and like the bathrooms. I do a mini reset every evening as well, just to make sure that the place is like tidied, put the dishwasher on, fluff the sofa, and potentially, not all the time, hoover up as well, like wipe down the table, that kind of thing. So there's a mini reset that kind of happens every day, to the best of my ability. But then other days that it needs a deeper clean. So when I do the mini reset for the kitchen, I don't always mop, you know, or when I do a quick bleach of the toilet in the bathroom, I'm not always like mopping the floors or always necessarily cleaning out like the sink or something like that. So there are particular days where I have to do a bit more of an in-depth clean. I try my best to keep these cleans to under an hour, because after that, if it goes any longer than that, it's just going to start frustrating me. So the aim of this essentially is to maintain the room so that the cleaning time reduces every time, and that the room itself is being maintained. It also helps when hosting and having people over. I think one of the reasons that I struggled with having people around is I just wasn't proud of my space. I know that it reflected where I was at that time, mentally and emotionally, and so I am trying to, as part of taking care of myself, take care of my spaces also. So yeah, that's the real goal. And the next thing to do is laundry. How I've worked out my laundry list is what's the real priorities. One of the things that I did is I wash my laundry first, and I know typically when it comes to being a mum and taking care of children, we always make our children the main priority. And please, disclaimer here, don't misunderstand me, don't misunderstand me at all when I say that our kids are not a priority. They really are. My children are the most important thing to me in this world. However, what I've realized as a single parent is that if I don't take care of myself, even down to my own laundry, I know it sounds minuscule, but trust me, there's been plenty of times where the kids' clothes are perfectly fine and they're in school clothes majority of the week. There's a lot of clothes that my children have that they barely wear, or they only wear if we're going somewhere or on the weekend. So it's me who is busy all week that ends up changing clothes more often, and I find that my clothes actually don't get washed as often. And so I realised I needed to make myself a priority. So like now on a Monday, when it's me day, I'm going to wash my clothes first in the week. By this time, the kids' clothes would have already been washed. Their school clothes is done, everything. So as the week restarts, it starts with me, and I'm making myself and my clothes a priority. On Tuesdays now, I start to integrate the children's clothes, my bedding. I will do quick washes on a Wednesday. And my coloured clothes as well. Then on a Thursday, I'll do the kids' dark clothes and their bedding. So when they clean their room, they'll change their bed. And then Fridays will be whites. That coincides with the children finishing school for the week now. So then I can wash all their white polo shirts or their white socks, that kind of thing. And then any whites that I've worn in the week. Then on Saturday, it's just school clothes. So that will be their red cardigans, jumpers, and then their dark, so their skirts, tights, anything like that, PE kits, all of that kind of stuff. And then on Sunday, I do a bit of a washing. On a Sunday, I'll wash all my tea towels on a Sunday, and I'll also wash our towels for the week on a Sunday too. The next thing I have, which I've got to probably maintain, I've got to do better, but it is the kids' chore list. Soraya is 11, Sienna is 9, and I recognise that they should actually be doing a lot more in the house. They are very helpful, I will say, but I think sometimes in the hustle and bustle of getting things done and trying to just keep things on track, I don't necessarily give a lot of time to training them, and I don't necessarily always have a lot of patience for it because I'm always running behind schedule. But I've recognised I need to be giving the children a lot more responsibility in the home. And so my goal has been to give them a lot more personal responsibility. So that's why their room is their domain. I don't clean their room. I don't tidy their room unless we are decluttering, reorganising, or doing anything major in there, like completely sorting out their wardrobes or something like that, or getting rid of something. Like I said, decluttering, I don't touch their room. I don't clean it. I don't hoover it. I don't spread their bed. I do help a bit with changing their bedspread because they have a bunk bed, which can be quite difficult to spread. But apart from that, that's it. I wash their clothes, but I don't pack away their clothes. I don't fold their clothes away, and I don't put their clothes in their drawers for them. That is something that they must do for themselves. I'm a big believer of personal responsibility. Whilst I do often at times ask them to like tidy up the living room or, put the dishes away or wash up, I want the girls to enjoy taking care of themselves. They don't clean bathrooms yet. I think the cleaning supplies, all of those products are not for children. So I'm not one who would probably give my kids bathroom spray and all of those kinds of stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know in the comments if that's something that you'd recommend for like an 11-year-old or something as a chore. But it's not something that I would be doing for my kids right now. I think once they get a little bit older, then they can do that. I want them to have a lot of responsibility for themselves. I want them to find pride in taking care of their own personal space. I want them to find pride in taking care of their own clothes, packing their clothes away, that kind of thing, and I'll maintain the rest of the home. One chore I do stick by, especially for Soraya, is management of the laundry. So when it comes to the weekend now, Soraya already knows that it's her job to gather all the school clothes. I will put the clothes into the washing machine because I won't let them handle the laundry tabs. I've seen too many disasters online, but she knows how to separate. She knows how to basket. And so on a Friday now, she'll kind of bring all of the clothes down, check all of the laundry baskets, their floor in their room too, and then bring everything down, and then I will, like I said, put the whites in on the Friday, put the reds and darks in on a Saturday. And so the chores that I do have on here is for washing up, clearing and wiping down the dining table, hoovering the stairs, and organising the school clothes laundry. And obviously cleaning their room and packing away any clean washing. Those are their chores at the moment. I need to get myself together in maintaining and checking in with them every day to make sure that they're doing particular things. We're getting into that habit. It's going to take a bit of time. But I want to also film a video on like building healthy habits. So I'll probably do a bit of like BTS behind the scenes on actually how it all goes. So pray for us, y'all. Yeah, that's pretty much how I plan our life for the week. I hope that this all made sense. I probably will end up doing another one of these in the future once my productivity and my planning is better. You know, these are things that we improve over time, so I'm trying not to give myself like too much pressure and everything. If you have any questions about some of the planning or anything, please put them in the comments below. If you have any tips or tricks, ways that you think that I could do better, anything, I would really appreciate them. Please, again, put them in the comments below. And I just feel so excited now. Let's get on with the plan that you just saw me do. Let's actually go and do it. Yeah, thanks again for so much for watching. If you like this kind of video, please feel free to check out the rest of my channel and make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.